The invasion began without warning. Giant alien ships appeared in the sky, blotting out the sun and casting dark shadows over Earth. The attackers were the Drake-Nose, a fierce alien species that had conquered countless planets. To them, Earth was just another target, another world to claim. The Drake-Nose studied humans before launching their attack. They found no advanced defenses, no superweapons, and no space fleets. It seemed like the perfect conquest. The Drake-Nose commander, General Raxor, said confidently, "Earth will fall within days." The aliens began their assault by destroying major cities, using powerful energy weapons that turned skyscrapers into rubble. Humans were terrified, unprepared for such an attack. Governments tried to fight back, but the aliens' technology was too advanced. Hope seemed lost. But Earth held secrets the Drake-Nose could never have imagined. Deep beneath the surface of the planet, hidden for thousands of years, were ancient structures built by humans long ago. These structures weren't ordinary ruins. They were massive fortresses filled with advanced technology. Long forgotten by modern humans, they had been created during a time when Earth had faced a similar invasion. It was in one of these ruins that Dr. Elena Carter, an archaeologist, made a life-changing discovery. While hiding from the alien attacks, she stumbled upon an underground chamber filled with strange machines. The walls were covered in symbols and carvings that told a story of an ancient war. Thousands of years ago, humans had fought against invaders from the stars and defeated them. These ancient humans had built powerful weapons and hidden them across the planet, preparing for the day when Earth would be threatened again. Dr. Carter activated one of the ancient machines, and it roared to life. A hologram appeared, showing a message left by the ancestors to those who find this Earth's defenders. "You are not alone. Use our knowledge. Protect our home." Word of Dr. Carter's discovery spread quickly. Resistance groups across the world began searching for more ancient sites. They found hidden bunkers, energy shields, and powerful weapons buried beneath deserts, mountains, and oceans. With each discovery, humanity grew stronger. Meanwhile, the Drake-Nose noticed that their easy conquest was no longer going as planned. Their soldiers were being defeated by weapons they didn't understand. Their ships were being shot down by energy beams coming from hidden locations. General Raxor was furious. "How do these primitive creatures have such advanced technology?" he demanded. The answer came when the Drake-Nose captured one of the ancient fortresses. Inside, they found evidence of the previous alien invasion and learned that humans had defeated those invaders in the past. General Raxor couldn't believe it. "These humans have been fighting off invaders for millennia," he said. "They are more dangerous than we thought." The turning point came when Dr. Carter and a team of scientists activated Earth's ultimate defense, a massive energy weapon located beneath Antarctica. This weapon, known as the Heart of Earth, had been designed to protect the planet from total annihilation. But it needed time to charge, and the Drake-Nose were closing in. All across the planet, humans united to protect the heart of Earth. Farmers, teachers, mechanics, and soldiers fought side by side. They used both modern weapons and the ancient technology to hold off the Drake-Nose. The aliens were relentless, but humans were determined. In the final battle, the Drake-Nose launched a massive assault on Antarctica, sending their entire fleet to destroy the heart of Earth before it could fire. General Raxor believed victory was within his grasp. But humans had one last trick up their sleeve. Using the ancient technology, a group of pilots hijacked alien ships and turned them against the Drake-Nose fleet. Resistance fighters on the ground activated hidden shields and traps, making it nearly impossible for the aliens to reach their target. Finally, the heart of Earth finished charging. Dr. Carter gave the order, and the weapon unleashed a massive energy wave. The wave destroyed the Drake-Nose fleet, wiping out their ships in an instant. The few aliens who survived retreated, vowing never to return to Earth. The skies cleared, and the alien ships disappeared. Humanity celebrated its victory. Dr. Carter stood in the ancient fortress, looking at the hologram of Earth's ancestors. "You trusted us to protect our home," she said. "We won't let you down." The story of Earth's secret guardians spread across the galaxy. The Drake-Nose told others of the humans' hidden strength and warned them to stay away. Earth, once thought to be an easy target, became known as a fortress planet, a world guarded by the courage, creativity, and determination of its people. For the first time in centuries, humanity remembered its ancient past. The ruins were no longer forgotten. Instead, they became a symbol of what humans could achieve when they stood together. The message of the ancestors still echoed, "Protect our home." And that is exactly what they did. The invasion started on a quiet summer evening. The alien ships descended from the sky without warning, their shadows stretching across the fields and cities below. The invaders, called the Valnari, were ruthless conquerors who had taken over many planets. They did not negotiate, and they did not show mercy. The people of Earth were terrified. The Valnari didn't just destroy cities, they captured people. Their mission was simple: take humans as workers, soldiers, or experiments, and leave the rest of the planet in ruins. In a small town on the outskirts of civilization, Maria Reynolds sat on the porch of her farmhouse, watching her 8-year-old son, Ben, play with their dog. She was a single mother, working 2 jobs to make ends meet. Life wasn't easy, but her son was her entire world. When the Valnari ships appeared over their town, Maria's first instinct was to grab Ben and hide. But it was too late. The Valnari sent drones into the streets, capturing people with strange energy nets. Maria held onto Ben tightly, running toward the woods, but a drone caught up with them. Maria was thrown to the ground as Ben was pulled into a glowing cage and carried away toward the alien ship. "No!" Maria screamed, running after the drone, but it was already too far. She fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face as the alien ship disappeared into the sky with her son. Maria could have given up. Most people would have. But Maria wasn't like most people. She wasn't just a mother, she was a fighter. She didn't have weapons or training, but she had something the aliens couldn't understand: an unstoppable love for her child. "I will get him back," she whispered to herself, wiping away her tears. No matter what it takes. Maria returned to the town, now in chaos. People were hiding, injured, or grieving their losses. She found an old man named George, a retired engineer, who had managed to take down one of the Valnari drones using an old hunting rifle. "Teach me," Maria said. George looked at her like she was crazy. "You can't fight them. They're too strong." "I don't care," Maria replied. "They took my son." George saw the fire in her eyes and agreed to help. Together, they worked to dismantle the downed drone, learning how it operated. Maria discovered that the drone's energy net could be repurposed into a weapon. With George's help, she built a makeshift energy launcher, a crude weapon, but powerful enough to fight back. Maria didn't stop there. She recruited others who had lost loved ones. A mechanic named Steve, a nurse named Clara. They formed a small resistance team, each person bringing their skills to the fight. The group tracked the Valnari's movements, using stolen technology to locate the alien ships where the captured humans were being held. Maria led every mission, her focus unshakable. They attacked Valnari patrols, stealing weapons and information, slowly growing stronger. The team's ultimate goal was clear: to infiltrate the Valnari mothership and rescue the captured humans, including Ben. It was a suicide mission, but Maria didn't care. Her son was out there, and she wouldn't stop until she brought him home. The night of the mission arrived. The team had discovered the location of the Valnari mothership, an enormous, hovering fortress hidden deep in the mountains. Maria's heart pounded as they approached in a stolen Valnari transport ship. Inside the mothership, the team moved quickly and quietly, avoiding detection. Maria led the way, her makeshift energy launcher ready in her hands. She wasn't afraid. Every step she took was for Ben. They reached the holding cells, where hundreds of humans were trapped in glowing cages. Maria's breath caught in her throat when she saw Ben, curled up in the corner of a cage. "Ben, Ben!" she called softly, running to him. Ben cried, tears streaming down his face. Maria's heart ached, but there was no time for a reunion. The team worked quickly to disable the locks and free the prisoners. But as they were finishing, alarms blared. The Valnari knew they were there. The escape was chaotic. Valnari soldiers swarmed the halls, firing their advanced weapons. Maria and her team fought back with everything they had, using their stolen technology and sheer determination. At one point, a Valnari commander cornered Maria and Ben. The alien raised its weapon, ready to fire, but Maria didn't hesitate. She aimed her energy launcher and fired, taking down the commander in one shot. "Stay behind me, Ben," she said, shielding her son as they made their way to the exit. The team barely escaped the mothership, piloting the stolen transport ship back to safety. The Valnari pursued them, but Maria and her team managed to outmaneuver the aliens. When they finally landed back on Earth, Maria hugged Ben tightly, tears of relief streaming down her face. "I told you I'd come for you," she whispered. The world fell into chaos when the Zorathians arrived. They came from deep space, bringing destruction and terror. Their goal wasn't just conquest, it was annihilation. The Zorathians thrived on chaos, spreading disorder and destruction wherever they went. Cities burned, governments collapsed, and humanity struggled to survive. But in the midst of this chaos, a small group of unlikely heroes rose to fight back. They called themselves the Chaos Fighters, not because they brought chaos, but because they fought against it. The Chaos Fighters weren't soldiers. They were ordinary people from different walks of life, brought together by the shared goal of survival. There was Alex, a former firefighter who had lost his family in the initial attacks. His courage and strength made him the natural leader of the group. "We can't wait for someone to save us," he told the others. "If we're going to survive, we have to fight." Next was Maya, a brilliant hacker who had once worked for a tech company. When the Zorathians shut down Earth's communication systems, Maya used her skills to build a secret network for the Resistance. She could hack into alien systems and turn their technology against them. "Their tech is advanced," she said, "but even they have weaknesses." Then there was Samir, a mechanic who could fix anything with his hands. He built weapons and vehicles for the group, often using scraps and salvaged parts. "If it's broken, I can make it work," he said with a grin. Rounding out the group was Leah, a nurse who became their medic. She kept everyone alive, even in the toughest battles. "As long as you're breathing," she'd say, "you're not giving up." The Zorathians were relentless. Their ships hovered over the planet, dropping drones and soldiers to hunt down humans. Their chaos energy disrupted electronics and created storms that ravaged the land. Humanity's armies couldn't stand against them. But the Chaos Fighters didn't play by the Zorathians' rules. They didn't fight head-on. Instead, they used guerrilla tactics, striking where the enemy least expected. In one mission, the Chaos Fighters sabotaged a Zorathian outpost in the mountains. Maya hacked into their systems, disabling their chaos energy generators. Samir rigged explosive traps, while Alex and Leah led an ambush on the ground. The Zorathians were caught off guard, and the Chaos Fighters escaped with stolen weapons and equipment. Their victories inspired others. Small resistance groups across the world began to unite, following the example of the Chaos Fighters. Alex became a symbol of hope, Maya's network spread messages of resistance, and Samir's inventions gave people new tools to fight back. The Zorathians, frustrated by the growing resistance, unleashed even more chaos. They targeted key locations, destroying cities and turning the land into wastelands. But every time they struck, the Chaos Fighters found a way to strike back. One of their biggest victories came when they discovered a Zorathian Chaos Core, a massive device that generated the storms and energy disruptions. The core was heavily guarded, but the Chaos Fighters knew they had to destroy it. Alex led the team into the enemy base, dodging patrols and chaos traps. Maya hacked into the core's systems, while Samir planted explosives around its structure. Leah kept everyone moving, patching up injuries and keeping morale high. The mission was dangerous, and the team faced heavy resistance. At one point, Alex was cornered by Zorathian soldiers, but he fought them off with sheer determination. "We don't quit," he shouted, rallying the others. Maya managed to disable the core's defenses, and Samir's explosives brought the entire structure down. The destruction of the Chaos Core sent shockwaves through the Zorathian forces, disrupting their control over Earth. But the fight wasn't over. The Zorathians had one final weapon, a massive mothership that hovered over the Pacific Ocean. This ship was the source of their chaos energy, and if it wasn't destroyed, the planet would never be free. The Chaos Fighters joined forces with other resistance groups for a final assault. Maya hacked into the mothership's systems, creating a backdoor for the resistance to infiltrate. Samir built a makeshift spacecraft using parts from downed alien ships. Alex led the attack, and Leah made sure everyone stayed alive. The battle was fierce. Resistance fighters stormed the mothership, taking down Zarathian soldiers in close combat. Maya used her hacking skills to shut down the ship's defenses, while Samir rigged its chaos core with explosives. In the end, it was Alex who made the final move. He stayed behind to ensure the explosives detonated, sacrificing himself for the mission. As the mothership exploded, the Zarathians' chaos energy disappeared, and their forces retreated.